there's a saying of Muhammad the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, Satan roams in the marketplace. You heard me? You heard it. He's always there. Wherever money is being counted, Satan is right there. So you have to be able to say all the time, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim." So you won't cheat me, her, him, or her, etc. Or you won't become deceptive. So Muhammad was like that. You see. So the best model for a businessman is Muhammad. Study Muhammad in business. You see. And if you study, I think it's chapter 50, huh? 56, Waqiyah. Waqiyah. And also 57. Study those two chapters. You know, and it gives, huh?
You talking about the...
No, Waqiyah, which is the inedible event, and Hadid, yes, the iron, 57. Hadid, it's chapter 57. I have to go too.
Yeah.
So, we're going to conclude right now.
What time is it?
Tomorrow is 1:30, I believe, 1 o'clock. Should be a fly.
Is it here?
Yes.
Your Honor, it was nice talking to you.
I'm honored. You know, I too love the Imam, and I'm jealous of all the contact we have. But you earned it.
Well, hey, look, if you would have took as many whoopings I had, brother, let me tell you something. You know, Imam, you know what Imam Muhammad told me once? He said, if I would have done to you, if I done, he named some Imam, he said they would have went straight to the bar. He said, but I know you could handle it. I said, brother Imam, you knew more than me.
We'll talk. I did send my alter ego up there.
Who was that, Nasser?
My fish.
Huh?
Earl. Abdul Malik.
What about him?
I fished him into the mess.
Oh! Well, you should have scaled him a little bit.
That was recorded, man!
I don't have control.
Let's pray for him.
Okay, I don't have
I
control.
love him. I still love him. And I sent a message to him that we're going to pray for him. Brothers, hey, y'all leaving out here without buying 10 CDs.
I want to buy a CD,
Bring your checkbook tomorrow.
I want to buy a
Don't
CD.
let him in, brother. I mean, I don't let nobody.
I'm going to talk to him so he can get me one.
Okay.
Well, come back tomorrow. You come back tomorrow?
Yeah, oh yeah, he'll be back.
Come back tomorrow.
Before
Yeah,
I make
sure.
a donation.
But, I got one question, Brother Mom. Then we're going to close out. This young brother, actually, got his hand up, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. Okay.
You described the Lord in the Quran as the Lord. Are you saying the Lord is like a process? Because I remember the Imam saying the Lord is describing Rob the Evolver.
Right. He's the evolver, and he's always with you. The Rob is always with you. He never abandons you. Just like Allah, you know. But this is one of his attributes, Rob. That's constantly taking you from stage to stage to stage, and whatever stage, once you complete it, he starts you to another stage until your next completion.
You use the term he, but is that really like a process?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And I'm saying he because that's how we describe things, but it's like gravity.
Okay. Okay.
You know?
All
It's
right.
like space.
Okay. All right. Got it.
You know.
Got it.
So
I
it's
got it.
terminology. It's terminology. You know, it's terminology. But it helps you to understand these processes. Brother,
cool?
Alright. I know how you talked about the connection of the Quran and your personal life. And I came across Surah 18, which is the cave.
Yeah.
And it has 3 stories in it. And one of the stories is about Musa. And how he was looking for this spiritual teacher from Allah. And how he didn't have patience with the teacher. And I just wanted someone to elaborate on, the whole, just being patient through whatever.
that's excellent to conclude on. Because I was studying that. In the Quran once. And I was young at that time. And the question came to me, how come Moses couldn't have patience with the wise men? You know, because you know he had his attendant with him, and the fish escaped in the water, etc. You know, so the next thing you know, they met with Kidder, the wise. The Kidder means green, but it means, and Allah says in the Quran, and he was one that was given wisdom and taught from our presence. You see. So Moses asked, can I travel with you so that I might learn? Alemta. So I learned. And kids said, you can't be patient with me. Well, I can be patient with you. How can you be patient with you? You don't even know where I'm going. You understand? So, and we know the stories. He killed this. He finally let him go in these 3 stages of development. One was he scuttled the boat, you know. Then he killed the boy, and then he rebuilt the wall. And each time Moses asked. So I asked Imam, I said, brother Imam, I said, how come Moses, the prophet, couldn't be patient with this wise man? And you know what the Imam told me? He said, it's just it. It was not Moses the prophet. That was Moses before he came into prophethood, and he needed to learn patience. Now, so, ask this question now. Who is the Moses today, and who is the wise man today? It is the Quran. People can't have patience with the Quran. They think they can just read the Quran and get it and go on about their business.
Wow.
You have to wait for Allah's wisdom to unfold to you.
So that story of Musa was just part of his life.
Absolutely. It's a segment out of his life in his growth and development toward where he had to go. So Allah says in the Quran, فَاسْبِرْ إِنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٌّ لَا يَسْتَخِفَنَّكَ الَّذِينَ لَا يُوقِنُونَ. Patience and perseverance. Surely the promise of Allah is true. So do not let those who are weak in faith cause you to deviate from your direction. So, that's
I know you said that was it, and I apologize, but for me,
Did I answer your question, young man?
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you.
It's like a lot of times in the Quran, in different surahs, there's like 4 different levels of stories, or 3 different levels of stories. Just like you talked about Kaf. It's the boys in the cave with the dog, and then it came the garden, the 2 guys with the garden, and each signs of being grieved and different things. Then Musa and the journey. Then after Musa and the journey came what is it? Carter? No, not Carter. The 2 homes. Yeah, and it is traveling. You know, north.
That's a lot of information. Hold on. Let me tell you something. You know,
But there's a lot of ayahs.
Imam Muhammad has made comment on these things over the years, and he's given insights on them. And but let me caution you, because we always seem to want to know the mystery of things. You see, and the mutashabi. You see, the muhkamat and the mutashabi. The muhkamat is the plain wisdom. And the mutashabi is those that are allegories and etc. And see, we're questioning the allegories now. You know, which is good to know those, but you can get so much into the allegory, you can lose the logic. You see? So let's get the fundamentals of the Quran. And that comes from mukhlis. Mukhlis means sincerity. Mukhlisin lahuddin, God says in the Quran. Those who are sincere in the faith, you see. And give yourself to Allah through sincerity. You're sincere people. Allah loves you. You suffered a lot. Your ancestors have suffered a lot. And we'll talk about those things tomorrow. And you will see that in the fabric of your spirit that has been developed over all of this sojourn, that's why Allah selected you. So we're going to conclude here. Yes, sir. You make one last comment.
I thought I heard someone ask why you couldn't be patient. I think I can tell you why. Lack of humility. people are afraid to humble themselves for fear that they will be trampled on or stomped in the back of their head.
There's a verse in the Quran, and this is another thing about applying the Quran. Say if you want to just study patience in the Quran, do that. There's a lot of verses that deal with patience, and look at the context of that patience, because you need that now. And Allah says in the Quran, وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ وَإِنَّهَا لَكَبِيرَةٌ إِلَّا عَلَى الْخَاشِعِينَ. This is one of the first ayats that I gave to my wives. I gave them both this ayat, you know. وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ وَإِنَّهَا لَكَبِيرَةٌ إِلَّا عَلَى الْخَاشِعِينَ. Seek assistance through patience and prayer. لَكَبِيرَةٌ, it is a difficult thing to do, except for those who humble. There you go, humility. Except for those who humble themselves. He sparked that with his comments on humility. وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ وَإِنَّهَا لَكَبِيرَةٌ إِلَّا عَلَى الْخَاشِعِينَ. Seek assistance. Now most people say, I gotta pray on it. No, Allah said be patient and then pray. It is a big thing to do, except for those who humble themselves to God. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا إنك جامع الناس ليوم لا ريب فيه إن الله لا يخلف الميعاد الحمد لله رب العالمين آمين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
That means bring themselves low.
Akbar. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Allahu Akbar.
Hey, man,
Yes.
this may be beneficial to someone else, and that is Moses and the wise man. And then you ask the question, you know, who is the wise man today? And
Yeah.
there's two parts.
Now we get these, well, I get six.
Wise man,
Yeah, I get six.
and Moses,
when we go to.
and then you ask who is the wise man today? You got the values over there. And that was the Quran, right? And the other part, Moses,
You.
yeah, okay.
You
I just want for the benefit of those who may not have.
You have to be patient with the Quran. You and me, we have to be patient with the Quran. The Quran is giving us wisdom. Be patient with it. That's the point of it.
He's talking about you, me,
Yeah, he was telling you.
him. You the Moses. I'm the Moses.
See, man, one time we sat together, somebody mentioned hear and obey. He said, no, to hear is to. That didn't come around until later on. I had to think about this. Got it. Because you can hear, I mean, somebody can talk, but that don't mean you really heard it. But then
He's the homegrown.
God gives
He
you
lives just up the street.
an order or command, you might hear it, but if you really hear it with your heart,
Different color, five
you're not going to obey it. Like prayer, when something comes to prayer. Here is to obey.
A lot of people come to pray, but while they're standing in prayer, while a lot of people making sessions in prayer, you still standing.
Yeah, he was telling us.
Even though you look like you're down on the ground, but you're still standing up looking around, because you have not submitted.
This is a question I like to ask you.
Y'all not gonna give me a break, are you? Let me get it.
He told me one night when I was over his house.
Well, what's the reason he's supposed to do something later on?
Yes, he has.
Told me,
Right here.
don't eat the
I
last
don't know what, oh, the funeral.
I needed this here. And he was dealing with Russia and the United States.
No, not 3 to 6.
Trying to contextualize.
When is the fast? Oh,
So,
well,
these are still with the shack.
What time, man? Good to see you, man. You come back tomorrow, man?
You know, in the
1:30.
Muslim world, a lot of them have spent
All
their
right, my
time with
brother.
those
All right,
faiths.
all right.
Then 3:30.
No, we have not propagated this faith, correct?
Boy,
But we get hung up.
you gotta be here Sunday.
3:30, so they give a 30-minute break.
You know, what I'm trying to do
The 30-minute
is
break.
just get the basic principle. And it's
Alhamdulillah.
but we already have a lot of mysteries.
You fed off our
You know, the Imam told me one time, he said the hadith
Pass the word.
more similar than
All right,
the
man.
Quran.
Go see you, man. See you tomorrow, man. Inshallah.
He said, and you can get in those hadith and be confused. He said, that's what he told me. He said, read the Quran and listen to it. And Allah will help you
I
take
don't know, I
all
have to look it up, I forgot.
That's what he told me.
I have to look it up,
All
but
this.
no, forgot to
Read the
comment.
Quran.
Oh, here it is, back check.
Sufism, I was doing all this stuff. I was trying to,
No,
I was
back
trying to, I didn't know subject. I was just trying to study. I was trying to study and learn the religion. And I thought this book
I'll
would
look
help
up
me.
where, I'll
I'm
look
picking
the
up all
paperwork
these
where
books.
I
And
got
me coming confused. And he straightened me out. He said, put all this stuff. Read the Quran and listen to me. And you'll be able to pick
When I
them
bought
up.
so many, I picked the
And
ones
that's
for,
what I
I
began
think
to, I think I
it
was this day.
was like $12.
I began to study.